Welcome to Ask Cadence, everybody. Thank you for downloading the show this week. My name is Pete Wright. I'm sitting here with Connie Plowman, COO of Cadence Management Corporation. Good morning, Pete. Connie.
Good morning, Pete.
And John Patton, still in country, remarkably so. It's good to have you here.
Good morning, Pete. Good to see you again.
We have when I first read this problem, I thought it was unique, and then we started to talk about it, and I'm starting to understand that it may be a little bit more prevalent than I had originally thought. It's the issue of what I'm calling extra team enthusiasm. From the problem card, what do you do when you discover people involved in your project that are not on your team? They want to be involved, but they just don't have a clear understanding of the project goals. What do you do in that case? Have you run into this one before?
Yes, I have, Pete. And there are a couple of instances. We have to find out why they're involved on the project. Now, the writer here might have a core team and an extended team and not know it. So if, for example, the project manager is meeting with 10 to 12 people on a weekly basis, and he finds out that one of those people has delegated work to somebody else in their own department, then that is a legitimate activity. Now, we are assuming here that that person who's on the core team has responsibility for the task and has talked to his boss and has gotten his boss's support to get additional help. Now, in that case, the interaction between the core team member and the project manager should be about clearly defining the task and the work and making sure that the person on the core team has explained very clearly the totality of the task to the people that are helping her or him get that task done in the department. Which we would call those people then members of the extended team.
Okay, so we're essentially, with support and approval of the project manager, we're creating a de facto extended team. Is that where we're going here?
Yeah, it sounded here like the project manager was surprised to see others beyond his core team working on the project. Well, if this is a medium or large size project, the project manager may not be aware initially of additional people being involved, but that is very much in the interest of the project manager to find out, have these people been assigned as members of the core team, or is my core team member showing initiative by getting additional help so they can finish his tasks on time?
That's an interesting concept, Connie.
The part that I like about this question is the word enthusiasm. You want an enthusiastic team. You've got to make sure that the resources on your team are those people that are the enthusiastic ones. And you may have this whole group of people out there that really want to be on your team that A, may not have the skills, may get in the way of getting the project done, or C, may bring the team down. So you want to make sure that enthusiasm stays amongst your team members. And what's going to happen after this project is over, that team is going to get together again to be on your team to deliver results on the next project. So a topic like this has sustaining effects on the impact of future projects, and you really want to have that right team delivering with the right energy, with the right resources.
Where does the project manager's purview of these teams and extended teams end? How much control do you really want to have as a project manager of knowing what every single person is doing at the extended team level? Does it go beyond that, or are we just talking about NASA-sized projects?
No, we're really here, Pete, we're talking about the project manager knowing through the core team members who else is involved in the project. But the project manager manages at the core team level. So people who are getting help in their own organizations or organizing their piece of the project do need to keep the project manager informed. Remember, the project manager is that focal point person who is the only person who has total perspective on the project. So they need to know what the resources are and really a little about the scope of a major task or deliverable which is being delegated to one of the core team members.
The project manager also needs to be unstoppable in terms of having the right resources and knowing what's going on and making sure that they're removing obstacles when a resource has challenge. And if he doesn't know or she doesn't know that a resource is out there doing work, that they don't know how to help manage in terms of delivering business results with the project being completed.
Now, Pete, we took a positive view of this, and we're trying to interpret what the questioner was experiencing. I have seen the negative side of this, where a person is on the team, has self-nominated to the team, because this is a very visible project and people are getting things done. And this could be the scope expander. I have something I want to get done, and I'm enthusiastic about it getting done. This project is moving ahead. It's getting very good press.
And is suddenly a political vehicle.
You betcha. So let me add my scope item to your project because I know it will have support. I remember interviewing and doing some research the manager of a very successful project. It was a medical product, and I said, well, what was one of the key things you spent your time doing? And he said, well, I spent my time patrolling the boundaries of the project because this was such a visible project. It was such a high priority project that people would throw new scope items over the wall, and I would throw them back.
It's pork barrel project management.
Well, to use a phrase that has already been coined, yes, sir. It's that government sort of thing.
It.
I'm going to tag onto your bill. And
this is a great discussion. It's one of those that I'm surprised we actually could go longer, but I hope that some of this has provided guidance to the person who is experiencing this issue in the field. Thank you again for listening, for downloading, and join us next week for another episode of Ask Cadence.